You know how when you don't have a very positive customer experience, you get a refund? Or at least you have every reason to be able to ask for one? Well, what if employees could do the same thing? What if, in fact, if their culture were not positive, that they were dissatisfied with the experience, if they felt that the promises that had been made to them were not honored, that they would get a refund too? Well, I would actually like to propose that they already can. In fact, it's just a much more, perhaps, behind the scenes process. They don't have to come to a customer service desk and specifically request it. There's no form that they need to fill out. It's actually much more in the background. Do you ever have folks in your organization, whether they're colleagues or people who work for you, who call in sick and you wonder if they're actually sick? Do you have people who leave suddenly, give you very little notice, if any at all? Do you have people who criticize your organization or refuse to participate in some of the things that you don't really consider to be optional? Well, that's their way of complaining about the employee experience. At least I'll share, if it's on a large scale, it definitely is. You're always going to have a few people who are probably going to demonstrate that because that is just how some people are. But when you begin to see this as a growing trend, I think what you're seeing people say is, I would like a refund on my employee experience. But the great thing about thinking of it this way is there's a way of considering, if we were to give people an ideal employee experience, what would we be able to see? If in fact we were able to treat our employees as invaluable as our customers, what would we do differently? And if we asked our employees what that might look like, what would they say? So let me share with you a few parallels about things that you could use even just early on in the contemplative or even diagnostic process about if in fact you have individuals who are cashing in on their employee experience. What might we see? You could have people getting a refund on the employee experience by quitting. They're out of here. But the flip side to that, when it's positive, is that they're committing. They can quit or they can commit. Number two, people who do not play by the rules. Again, they are telling you in their small way, you know what? I don't buy into it around here, or I have given more than I have gotten back. So it is time to call it quits. The flip side to that is people who say, I want to improve things around here. When they believe in the employee experience and they feel their voice is heard, they're going to want to make it better. How about the people who complain? As I mentioned, there's always going to be somebody who complains at times. And if you've ever heard my keynotes, I talk about how complaint is merely a poorly worded request. And therefore, on the flip side to that healthy, positive employee experience, maybe people are actually complimenting. Complaint versus compliment. Number four, that people show up on the job retired. Do you have this? Individuals who do just the bare minimum, if even that? In contrast to employee experience individuals, they become the on-the-job recruiter. That you never even have to worry about there being a gap because those employees feel so much love for your company. They feel so valued and they want other people to experience that they're always telling people that they know would be great in your organization that they should be part of it too. So these are the contrasts. Those who want to cash in their chips, whether they're still in your organization or not, and those who want to fuel it up. If you want an infographic that talks about these parallels, feel free to jump over to my website, greatnessmagnified.com, over to Cool Stuff, and you can have that and perhaps show that in your leadership meetings. Put that up in your team environments. See if people relate to one side or the other, because there's so much that we can do about building the employee experience that supports people to bring their best, to share their ideas, to continuously improve, to be loyal, to commit, and of course to want to stay, that allows you to do your very best for your customers and everybody else who depends on you. My name's Sarah McVanel. Be well and be great.